Hello, y'all. This is Nora with Nora Kramer Designs. Every now and then I just have to stop what I'm doing to give everyone a little PSA or public service announcement. And I just wanted to share with y'all a little something that was dropped into my inbox last night. I get these things just like the rest of you do, but this one hit me particularly hard for some reason, and I don't know why. It just really pissed me off. So, when I came into work this morning, I see this email in my inbox. Says domain notification for norakramerdesigns.com. This is your final notice of domain listing. Well, right there, I knew it was a scam, but I could see where other people might not realize that and think, oh, well, it's time for me to renew my domain or something like that. Now, for a lot of my clients, I do handle their domain names, so I purchase those domain names for them every year and make sure they get renewed. So if you're actually getting your domain name through me, you can pretty much ignore every single freaking stinking domain name, anything that has to do with domain names that ends up in your email box, forget about it because I'm taking care of that for you. But about 50% of my customers handle their own domain names, and that's fine. Even if you're doing the hosting with me or with someone else, it's still not a bad idea to handle your own domain name. So about 50% of my clients are handling the registration and renewing registration of their domain names themselves. So I'm sure that they get these type of emails all the time, and it's hard to distinguish what's real and from your true domain name registrar and what's fake, and it's a scam. This one could look pretty real to somebody that doesn't know what they're looking at. It says, attention, important notice, domain service notice. It's got your domain name in there. That's my legitimate domain name. It's got my legitimate contact information, phone number. They obviously have my email address because they sent it to the email box that's registered to this domain. It's putting a sense of urgency on what needs to be done. See this here? It says response required by May 15th. Oh no, they're giving me 1 day to respond and make sure I don't lose my domain name. It says, as a courtesy to domain name holders, we're sending you this notification for your business domain name search engine registration. Okay, that right there sounds a little suspect. You register a domain name, but now they're calling it domain name search engine registration. This letter is to inform you that it's time to send in your registration. Okay, are you registering your domain name? Or are you registering search engine registration? And what is search engine registration? My friends, there's no such thing as search engine registration. It says failure to complete your domain name search engine registration by the expiration date, 1 day, may result in cancellation of this offer, making it difficult for your customers to locate you on the web. Oh no! Your customers aren't going to be able to find you if you don't handle this. You're going to fall off of Google and Bing and nobody's going to be able to find your website. Bullcrap. Privatization allows the consumer a choice when registering. I don't even know what that line's supposed to mean. Search engine registration includes domain name search engine submission. Do not discard this notice. Do not discard this notice is not an invoice, but a courtesy reminder to register your domain name search engine listing so your customers can locate you on the web. This notice will expire at 11:59 May 15th. Let's see, they sent it May 14th, so they gave me 1 day. Number one, your legitimate registrar, if he's sending you an email to remind you that your registration is coming up, perhaps you renew every year, maybe you renew every 5 years, and you'll get a reminder notice from your domain name registrar. They're not going to give you 1 day to take care of that. So it says right here, select term and package here. All right, and it's even got this real handy little legal thing about the information in this letter contains confidential or legally privileged information, blah, blah, blah. It's got an address in Miami. Now, I'm currently working on a post talking about best email practices, and according to the CAN-SPAM Act of 2003, every email that's sent has to have the address, the actual physical address of the sender. So you're thinking, okay, well, this is legit. This guy is, or these people are in Miami Beach, Florida. They put their address here. If you do not wish to receive further updates, unsubscribe here. So if you go to unsubscribe, it says you have been successfully unsubscribed. I have no idea what I've been unsubscribed from. It's probably bogus, and I know it is, and I'll show you why in a minute. So if we go back to this letter, so now I'm all worked up thinking that my domain name is going to expire and I'm not going to come up in search and I need to do something now. So I go ahead and I hit select term and package here. That takes me to this page. What is this page? What is this company? There's no company branding on this page. There's nothing on this page except for purchase your domain search engine registration. Choose from package below. Each package is for one domain name. To do multiple domain names, you have to do it separately, blah, blah, blah. And it's saying they're going to register you with Google, Yahoo, and Bing for 1 year. They're going to register you with Google, Yahoo, and Bing for 5 years. Let me tell y'all something. They want to register you for $50 or $47 for Google, Yahoo, and Bing for 1 year. Hun, you don't need to pay to be registered with them. You can do that all on your own. It's simple. This is ridiculous. All right, so then they tell you they're going to register you with the top 10 search engines. Okay, now we're talking about search engines. We're talking nothing about domain names, but they've cleverly put in the word domain to think that if your domain is www.thisisyourdomain.com, like you're going to lose it or something. But now they're trying to sell you on search engine registration. Okay, so you click on add to cart. And where does that take you? Oh, it takes you to a secure checkout. Secure checkout to register your domain name with Google, Yahoo, and Bing. This is all stuff, like I said, you can do for free, my friend. It'll take you all of maybe 15 minutes. So they're asking for your billing address, your domain, your credit card. They want your credit card information so you can pay for this little $57 or $47 service. No company branding. You don't know who you're paying. You don't know where it's going. Who does this? Do never put your credit card information online if you're not absolutely 100% certain that the person you're dealing with is legit. That is the fastest way to get your credit card stolen. And unfortunately, many people are just so busy in their everyday lives, they don't even think about it. They get this email that just gets them all stressed out thinking, oh no, I'm going to lose my domain. I better go in and take care of it. And they go in and do this. And that doesn't make you stupid. That's not what I'm saying. People get busy and they don't think about these things and they're just trying to get through them. You need to stop and think. And if you don't have, if you're not sure what's going on, ask somebody you know that does. Maybe you have a kid, maybe your child, adult child or whatever is real good with computers, or maybe you have a friend that's real good with computers and understands the internet. If you're my client, you can always ask me. I'm more than happy to help answer questions if you get something that's suspect. I have a lot of clients that send me emails and they're like, I don't know what this is, Nora. Is this for real? And then I can, research it if I need to, or a lot of times I just know off the top of my head that it's bogus, or if it's real. I've had some that have come in that have been real, and I go back to them and I say, yeah, that's good, that's legit, go ahead and do that, there's no problem with that. So I mean, maybe contact your host, or especially if you have like a representative or somebody that you work with one-on-one with your hosting, or your website designer or something like that, so that what you're dealing with is legit if you're unsure. Okay, so anyway, we're in this person's little shopping cart and they want our credit card information. Well, I'm not going to put that in there, of course. But I was a little curious because I'm seeing here that we have their domain. It's, say, listing Greg, whatever that means, so listinggreg.com. Never heard of them. They've got this all popped into a little subfolder called SEI. So what I want to do is I want to go back and I want to look at this SEI folder and see what else is in here. So if I just click, takes me back to this page that I started on. So I'm going to go back a little bit further. Let's go back to the actual domain. So I'm going to take off the subdirectory folder. Well, would you look at this? Their domain has absolutely nothing on it. It's a blank page. It's got no company, it's got no name, it's got no branding. If you filled out that form, you just gave your name to who knows who. You have no idea who got your credit card number and your credit card information and your name. You have no clue. So I decided to do a little search. If you're ever unsure of whether or not a company is legit or who they are or whatever, you can always do what's called a who is search on the internet. And let me tell you, that's how they got your information, by doing exactly the same kind of search. So if you go to whois.icann.org, anybody who registers a domain name has to put in correct information. Of course, nobody checks behind you to see that it's correct information. But let's say when I registered my domain name, it all goes to a central database, and anybody online can see who that domain name belongs to kind of boil it down to something real simple. So I'm going to pop in this domain name and do a lookup on it, which, by the way, is exactly how they got your information. Okay, as you can see, it does come up with somebody. It comes up with a registrar, somebody who registered this domain name, comes up with an address. Ooh, and right there would tell me this is not a good thing. This address is registered in Colombia, foreign country. Registered to a Tony Goinston. I'm going to guess this person does not exist. This is a fake name of some sort, I'm sure. And it's got a phone number. I didn't call the phone number. I'm not going to get international phone charges or anything. But I can assure you that this is not a legitimate phone number. And the email address on file is an email address that goes to probably a free email account. I tried searching for it, and all I got was a bunch of junk. So, I mean, it's not like it's tied to any particular business. I mean, if you search for your email address, chances are the things that come up in your search are going to be things having to do with you or having to do with your company. When I searched this address, it pretty much came up with junk. Another real interesting thing is this person just registered this domain a month ago. They've probably been doing this scam for a month. What they do is they go in and they do a search just like I did, or they have bots that do it, or that automatically do it or whatever. But somebody goes in and they look up all these different domains and they find out who these domains are registered, and once they do that, they've got your email address and they send you that nice little email just like the one I got, because they had all of my information there, that makes you panic and makes you think, oh crud, I need to do something and I need to do it right away, and I've only got a day to do it. Chances are the majority of people that they're sending these to are not falling for it, but that's okay. They don't care. They only need a few people to fall for it, and they've got their credit card information. So like I said, this just really, really struck a chord with me and just really ticked me off, because I understand that normal everyday people who are just trying to run a business, just trying to, take care of business, don't have time to really, dig into what's real and what's not online. And a lot of times people just off the top of their head are going to know what's real or what's not. But even I did a double take and kind of had to stop and look at this one a little bit more carefully. And, I realized on second glance, definitely this is a bunch of bogus BS. I even did a search of the entire text. That's another way you can find out if something is a scam or not. I did a search of the main body of the text, taking out any of my information on Google. And if you just go to Google and just search that information, here we go. You see immediately it comes up, fraud item, fraud monitor, I just received spam. A lot of people wondering, I just received this, is it real or not? Tons of people received it. You can see a lot of people have written that it's a scam. So that's another way, if you get an email and you're not sure if it's real or not, copy some of the body of the email, stick it into Google and see what comes up. Chances are that's going to tell you whether it's real or not. That's pretty much what I do when my clients send me something and I'm unsure if it's real or not. Generally, I can figure it out, but if I can't, one of the things I do is do a search like this, and I'll find out really quickly what's legit and what's not. So anyway, I just wanted to stop and give everyone a quick overview of this and kind of ease your minds. This isn't the only type of email or the only wording you're going to get like this. A lot of people get a ton of emails having to do with their quote unquote domain name. Look at them all real carefully and make sure you know what it is that you're answering to if you do decide to answer to it or to give information back to the person. All right, well, that's it for today. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Bye bye.